sexy to me. I don't know what it is. Like, hey, man,
I agree. It's
fucking,
just guys like
yeah,
women with
we gonna
inexperience.
take over together. Yeah,
Well-
let me show you this world of money.
Yeah, we want to be Aladdin. We want to show them the world.
Oh, new
But
world.
It might sound crazy, man, but I prefer her not to be extremely high earner because, like you said, it comes with masculine traits, and I've experienced that dealing with girls before. So the younger the better, the lower the income the better. I know all that sounds horribly bad, but like you said, we looking for different things in the sexes. I want a younger, less experienced girl. So as long as she working and stay busy, I don't want her to be out here trying to kill it and make all these big bucks because she gonna come with bad traits.
Okay. All right, and now I want to know, very social, or are you a homebody? Like, are you the type where you're going out all the time, or do you like to sit at home and do Netflix and chill? What about? We'll start with you this time, man.
Like in general, like
Yeah,
my
like what are
homebody?
you doing most? Are you usually outside like every weekend, or are you always home chilling?
That's a good question. I'd say during the week I'm usually home, but on the weekend I'll be outside.
Okay.
I'll be outside.
What about you, man?
I'm outside every day.
What about you, man?
I'm gonna say I'm in the house working a lot, but I do think it's very crucial to have that outside time. So I mean, at any given moment during the week, we can turn up.
Okay. And do you always go out with your girl, or do you go out by yourself too?
It's usually it's kind of both.
Either way.
Yeah. Sometimes with the guys and sometimes with her.
Okay. What about you? Very social or homebody?
I would say I'm a homebody.
Homebody, Netflix. What about you?
I'm very social. Love to go outside. So
Okay. What about you?
I'm very social too.
Very social. What about you?
I'm a homebody.
Homebody. Man, everybody's different on this panel.
I'm like a homebody, but if I got a girl beside me, like she just makes me want to go outside.
I want to
know
say
what that
though,
is,
I
but-
disagree with what you said. But like, the more money she makes, she come with like less attractive
I
traits
disagree
or
with that,
something
too.
like
Of
that.
course,
Like,
y'all would.
what does that? What does that have to? Do you think? Do you think that that's your own insecurities?
Not at all.
Or
It's-
the
it- it-
woman, like, what are those traits that come with a overly masculine woman?
It is proven that when women make a lot of money, they have to be A-type personality, driven, ambitious, relentless, don't take no for an answer.
Negotiation, good at negotiators.
All these traits are very, very masculine things. Being soft, sweet, feminine, submissive, those are feminine things.
That's opposite.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite. If you do that at work all day for 8, 12, 16 hours a day to make whatever much money you make, when you come home, you're not going to turn that off that easy. A-type personalities
I
cannot
agree.
turn it off. They
I
can't turn
agree.
it off. That's my oldest sister's one. She makes 6 figures. She's
But-
divorced. You can't turn it off. Like, so I wouldn't want, I know already that's going into a buzzsaw. So I wouldn't even want to deal with a woman who at 35 I wouldn't want to deal with.
I would
don't-
say I
there you go, yeah.
disagree just
Yeah.
because, just speaking from his experience, just because I said like my mom has always been the breadwinner.
Mhm.
I would say if anything,
But
it
she
makes,
let your dad lead and your mom doesn't sound masculine.
No,
And your
but
mom
I'm
was raised in a different
saying-
generation too. The
Exactly.
women
But I'm-
today
Yeah.
are not your
But
mother.
I'm saying,
That
like,
is-
if anything, I feel like it kind of makes a man feel more masculine because it's like, okay, financially, you can't bring as much bread to the table. So what else are you doing? You have to be fixing stuff. You have to be really the man of the house. Like, you have to really carry your weight in a manly kind of way to make up for that financial deficit. That's how I view it, at least. So,
Women-
like, it's like almost like, okay, yeah, I can carry more weight financially, but we're still meeting the goals we need to. But then you as a man, oh my God, you fixing my car. I ain't got to worry about, I ain't got to touch a car. I ain't got to do none of that. Like,
I
got
a
little stuff.
story to tell about
Pipe
this,
broke.
if I
Okay,
can.
you got it. Like, it's still like a good balance, I think. Personally.
I dated this girl one time. It was actually my relationship I was telling you at the beginning, like 2 years. So she was like my manager, right? So I started working at the job. We started talking at the job or whatever. And so she's like making more money than me type shit. And it was a very, very toxic dynamic, because at the job, it would be like, hey, Melvin, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. And for me, it's like, bro, I was just dogging you out 3 hours ago. I had my hands around your neck. I was coming in your pussy. You tell me what to do right now? It didn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? And like, and to her, it didn't make sense either because she knows like I'm not gonna listen to what she says. Not because she's a girl or anything, but it's just like, I'm kind of the leader in this relationship. So it was kind of like we're playing pretend at work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Because
doesn't work,
So
man.
it does. It's very confusing. So when you're at home and it's the same thing, like she's making more money than you, or she's making a lot of money, still has that personality. Like, oh, I need you to do what I say. Some days she would come to work and just like she knows like she has to tell me something. She knows I'm not gonna listen, but she like be super aggressive about it. Like you got to do this. And put her fist on the table. I've just started laughing. Like, why are you putting your fist on the table? It's not a big deal. But like, so it's just I can imagine living with somebody in that situation. It's just trying to switch this mode of like boss mode and switching to submissive
turn
mode
it
back
off.
and forth is
Can't
too
turn it off.
much.
But I think
Yeah.
it depends on the woman. Like, I just don't want y'all to
I
like
agree.
categorize all women in
Thank
that
you.
aspect, because especially like my mom being a Christian woman, just really believing, okay, this is my man, this is the man of the house. It don't matter what she does, and she's always gonna be financially liberated because growing up she didn't have nothing, so she was the first of her family to, you know, come up at all. So she's
Yeah.
always gonna stand
I've
on
just
that. and,
noticed
you
it's really
know,
stressful for a lot of girls.
Do you?
but see, for her, it's
personally,
not. She loves it. Like, she's always, again, she. I think that's the problem a lot now is people always go looking for relationships in love based off of financials. Like,
I
sometimes
agree.
you gotta factor that out.
Women do
and,
that,
you
not
know,
us.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
I don't
that's
think
what
of that
y'all
money at
do.
all. To be
I mean,
honest,
y'all
I
don't
find it
because y'all
fascinating.
are
Y'all do that.
so big on I'm gonna take care of
And,
everything.
have to
and
be
like
the
guys, like
provider.
I completely agree with her. Like everything she's talking about her mom. This was somebody a couple generations before this. What you're talking about, you're so right. But guess what? Right now, that's not how it is. That's not women today.
doesn't
Like that's
exist.
great that you love talking about your mom, and I bet she is an amazing Christian, good woman. But that is not women today.
I
Like,
agree.
and
Yeah,
you might
not
be
today.
good because you were raised by a really good person. Most people were not raised in 2-parent households today.
Yes.
Most people were not raised by good Christian families.
Yes.
But props to you for being raised well.
Yeah,
But
and I'm
but we're giving dating advice to majority of men. Majority of men ain't dealing with women like that.
No.
Yeah.
Majority of men are not.
and I
Your-
don't know
your
if your mom
mother's
was going out
exceptions.
to the club on the weekends, girls'
Nah,
nights,
I'm scared because
while in a relationship.
And guys,
I'm gonna definitely make my bread.
so I want to know, the person you're dating, are they allowed to have friends of the opposite sex? We'll start with you, man. Is a girl that you're dating, is she allowed to have guy friends?
I mean, kind of seeing this girl a little bit. She's got a friend, but he's like queer or whatever.
So that's
I
okay
don't
if they're
really
gay.
count that. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
if you're sucking dick at some point in your life, I'm like, you ain't an issue, bro.
Okay. And what about you? Do you care if she has friends of the opposite sex?
Are we dating seriously or what?
Dating, seriously, yeah.
No.
No. Well, is your girl allowed to have guys that are, as friends?
I would say if they old friends is good, but new friends no.
Yeah. And what about you? Can he have girlfriends?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, if during a relationship he formed them, no, but before me, then that's fine.
Okay. What about you?
Same, yeah, it's just no new friends.
Okay. What about you?
That's a hard question for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But
Everybody's giving like
it
the same
gotta be-
answers almost.
It gotta be genuine friendships. Like, yeah, no new friends.
Okay. What about you?
No, I won't tell him like if he already got a friend. I won't tell him like unless I find out something, because I do know I've heard a thing that like men and women can't be platonic
Exactly.
friends because men want sex. He
Exactly.
says it all on
I
this
disagree.
podcast.
Yeah,
Men
yeah.
want
True.
sex. Like, no matter how much we try to be naive and think, oh, we friends. No, dudes accept the friend zone from us because they want more.
Do you got
So
older
it's
brothers?
like, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's just like we know what it is. We ignore it until we can't.
I would also say like I don't think a lot of guys like necessarily want more. It's just like if you gave them the option, they'd be like, yeah, why say no? You know what I'm
I
saying?
disagree.
I see it
Why?
as like if a man, because when a man approaches a woman, it's not to be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like a man will be your friend with the potential of, okay, well, maybe if I be such a good friend or I help her out so much. Or
He's
I
an
pay her
orbiter.
Yeah.
Beta
Yeah.
orbiter.
Well,
It's always something that they
I disagree.
want.
that sense there I would disagree with. Like I don't have a problem if I approach a girl and then like she's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling you. I would still be cool with being friends because I'm thinking, well, maybe your friends want to fuck me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it could work in that favor. Like I think a lot of girls kind of think that like, oh, he only wants to fuck me. Guys, like there's a saying in this book, I think it's called The Female Brain by like Leanne MD or something like that. Like guys are gas pedals, girls are brakes. You know what I'm saying? So like guys, you know, if you say no, that's fine. Like we'll figure out how to work this situation and to get me laid somehow. You know what I'm saying? So if that means I got to friend zone you to have sex with somebody else, that's fine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do any of you guys agree with that?
Yeah. No.
Disagree?
Yeah. No. I totally get
I
that.
And I'm
feel like-
interested in what she's trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, she said
So
she
I
disagree.
actually have like 2 really close good guy friends, and our friendships, it never, like, from the moment I met them, it was never sexual. But then I only speak for myself because I set boundaries with everybody. I let everybody know from the jump like what I want from them. So I actually played a prank on one of my guy friends to see if he really like was my
What was the
friend.
prank?
You
What
didn't
was the
do
prank?
it, did
She
you?
didn't do it the
So-
right
She
way.
did that.
She didn't do it the right way. If you offer
see
to
it.
open your legs up to them, they're both gonna say yes.
I want to know what she
That's
did.
cap.
What was the
Yeah,
prank?
yeah,
What
I
was the
know
prank?
you're bullying.
Anyway,
What was the
so
prank? What was the
the
prank?
prank was I think I saw it on Twitter. It was my birthday, and he knew I was gonna get drunk, like fucked up. So I got super I like played like I got super fucked up before I actually got fucked up. And I called him, telling him I wanted to fuck him, and I loved him, and I've been wanting him this whole time.
No, he knew that.
This man called me and said, "Who are you okay? Like, this is not no." Like he shut it down every time. He was like, "No, you're
Oh,
drunk."
that was a
And he
weak
hung up.
ass prank.
It was too extreme.
I
It was
think
too
guys
extreme.
can tell
Yeah.
very quickly if
Yeah.
it's for real or not.
Yeah.
Like we can
Yeah.
tell very
was
for
too
real
extreme.
if it is or
Yeah.
not.
Wait,
Nah.
so he said no to you? There had to been some sort of situation in the way that would have, been an
No.
issue.
Nah,
for
like
him.
I'm telling
No.
you, she just didn't do it good enough.
I
I'm telling
did.
you,
I
there's
promise
no
you I
way a
did.
girl could
She
do
made
it
it
good
too
enough.
extreme. He
No,
knew.
I didn't. I
You know.
promise
Because
you
you
I
did it
did.
on
Here, hold on.
purpose.
Hold on,
Okay.
Joshua Frick. Ladies, ask any exotic dancer. It's not just her looks; it's her mouthpiece. Sweet talk and making a man feel some type of way. Every dancer knows a boss chick is broke chick in a gentleman's club. Okay.
Simp.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. So now I want to know, how do y'all source who you're dating? We'll start with you this time. Like, do guys hit you up through Instagram the most, dating apps, or real life, like cold approach? Like, how would you say most guys, like the guys that you actually are somewhat interested in, how do they usually contact you?
Outside. I mean,
Outside?
Instagram, of course, that's a lot of traffic, but I don't really like meeting people from Instagram because sometimes texting may be different than their ambiance. in
You like
person.
real life stuff?
Yeah. I
Okay.
do.
What about you?
Mainly through Instagram.
Instagram? Okay. What about you?
Outside in public.
Outside? What about you?
Instagram.
Instagram? And guys, Instagram, dating apps, or cold approach? Which one do you do the most?
I'd say I probably do approaching more, but I think I probably am more successful over like Tinder and shit like that. It's just less work, you know what I'm saying? It's just passive.
It's easier to do multiple too, all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't put any effort into it. Just
Yeah.
bling. Oh, what you up to?
It's easier.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
My absolute favorite is cold approaching. I love meeting women in person because they get your energy much better. You can't, if I hit you up online, you don't really know how I'm saying those words.
Exactly.
But when I'm standing,
They don't know the vibe.
When I'm standing in front of you, you can see my smile, you can smell me, I can shake your hand, you can feel how all that means something. So yeah, it's much better in person.
I heavily agree with you, man. How do you usually do it?
I'm gonna say in person, but you can't help but to understand what's happening right now. So I'm pretty sure if you do get hit up in your DMs, you find a way to be able to see each other, whether it be flying to their city, or either whether y'all in the same city and y'all meet up. So it's still the same thing. I don't do day naps. I've never done a day nap. I think people.
Yeah, me neither.
I think people that resort to day naps is just
Lazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, come on. Well, it is lazy.
Yeah.
I
I mean, because you gotta understand. I mean, with social media, as far as Instagram and mostly Instagram and Facebook, but mostly Instagram, it's just common right now. If you actually set up a profile on a dating app, you're either trying to fuck or you're looking for love. And people that's looking for love on the dating app, I just can't rock with it.
Not
Man.
gonna
Like,
find
get your ass out there in the streets.
Yeah.
Yep.
You